Rajavi, distinguished guests, supporters of a free and democratic Iran. My name is David Phillips, and along with my wife Dawn, we're honored to be here tonight in Estonia. The film, it choked me up in a way, like many of you, but for me it was a little personal in a different way. Because if you noticed the blue and white armored vehicles, I was responsible for purchasing those vehicles with U.S. tax dollars out of 3 factories in New Orleans, Louisiana, and equipping them to the Iraqi Federal Police, now to see them used in such a despicable way. It saddens me. I'm one of the few people, especially out of the United States, I can say I have lived at Camp Ashraf for over a year, and also at Camp Liberty for over a year, different times. While I was at Camp Ashraf in 2003 and 2004, plus many times in the subsequent years, I experienced coming out of the dust and desert through the main gates a plush, beautiful, and hospitable place. Probably the most hospitable place I have ever seen in that part of the world. Gardens, sports fields, museums, wonderful museums, and even a zoo. All of that was inside of Ashraf. Being the brigade commander of the U.S. forces that enforced the detention, initially not the protection, the detention of the over 3,500 residents at the time, you might think they despised me, they shunned me. That couldn't be further from the truth. And even during hard times, always to have a smile or something cheerful to talk about. Instead of a camp full of terrorists, which I was told, I found dedicated people, men and women of all ages, working together, working side by side, and afforded the opportunity to advance as far as their own personal desires would take them. None of them were subjected or subjugated due to gender, age, personal belief. They were there as dedicated members of an organization looking to bring freedom and democracy to their country. The free expression of the arts. I didn't see that in other places in Iraq. The rest of Iraq was not like going through the gates of Ashraf. Only place in the country where I felt comfortable and stripped off all my combat equipment and my weapon and walked around at ease. Only place I didn't sleep with a pistol under my pillow. Well, that complete city was built out of a barren landscape. But unfortunately, that artwork, the musical instruments, and even the zoo have been pilfered, vandalized, and destroyed by the proxies I helped train, of the evil mullahs, the Iraqi military. The Iraqi forces who I worked with side by side to teach them policing in a democratic society have taken open aggression and hostility against the very people who are looking to bring freedom to their neighboring country. Lest we not forget that over 3,000 men and women are still there. And they've been forcibly relocated to Camp Liberty, a place I also lived. Only when I lived there, we had power, air conditioning, food, running water, and freedom to move about and do what we needed to do. Everything there is done in a determination to break the spirit of the 3,000 men and women who were there. But you know, regardless of physical abuse, I know these people. I lived with them. Regardless of the denial of even basic human necessities, regardless of denying them water, of denying them medicine, of denying them even equipment for the invalids, they're not going to break these people's spirit. The mullahs just don't get it. These people are not going to break, they're making them stronger. Even the personal property of these residents is being stolen and destroyed and taken away. Many of us are familiar with the term, take with you only what you can carry. Sounds familiar to the people of Estonia, doesn't it? Well, it's going on right now in Iraq with the people that have been relocated to Liberty. And what they can't carry, it's being looted. Only a few dozen residents remain at Camp Liberty. And the mullahs believe that Camp Ashraf will be no more. Oh, how wrong they are. Because Camp Ashraf is not only a place, but it is a belief. It's a spirit of freedom in all people who want to go to democracy.